You know, going on this journey, speech maxing journey, I have to reflect quite a bit. I really have to reflect on why I can't perform in dialogue, in conversation, in video format. Why can't I perform at the peak level like these great speakers do? Like freaking Malcolm X, Andrew Tate, whoever, right? How do I get to that level? You have, you have to reflect on your own, and you have to reflect on what they do, and you really have to think. For example, you see these people, they talk, they go on a podcast, and they talk for hours and hours, and they can literally talk for 3, 4, 10 hours straight, and they wouldn't even get tired. It would be easy to them. But for me, I can barely even speak for 5 minutes without stuttering, stumbling on my words. What's the difference? What's the difference? 5 minutes compared to 10 hours of just straight talking. That's something that you have to get to the bottom of. And then you realize you can talk to your friends, you can talk to your peers, you can talk to anyone, and you can converse with them for hours on end. You can talk with your friends, for example. I talk with them for hours on end, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, maybe 10 hours, maybe, right? I mean, that kind of is like a podcast, right? When you're talking, when you're gathering and you talk with your friend, especially if you're having a one-on-one with your friend, right? You realize you can talk for hours, but that's also highly personal, and that's not really primary source of knowledge you're giving to someone. Obviously, you're making jokes, you're doing this one, you're probably talking about other people, right? What really makes a great speaker, what really makes listening to a person beneficial for you, right? Because when you listen, when you talk to people, you don't want to just unless you like as a man, right? Like if you really want to talk to for enjoyment, you just talk to a girl, right? You talk to a girl, or you go to an outing where the sole purpose is to just hang out, chill, and really. But I feel like everyone is so tired of that. We've done that for years and years and years, right? Our minds are exhausted from the fact that we just like what else? What is a guy's outing now? It's literally we just go to a restaurant and just talk and eat, right? We can't club, we can't do drugs, we can't do none of all that, right? No one's gonna. We're Muslims, bro. We don't do this shit, right? But then you realize, then I've realized in the past like 2 to 3 years, I can't even talk with my friends for more than 2 to 3 hours. And if I do talk, if I like, not that I can't talk, when I do have a conversation with them, I'm just listening for majority of the time, 60, 70%, probably 80% of the time. And I'll probably just say what I wanted to say, like just a small amount. All right. And when I do say it, I'm just stumbling over my words. I'm not. This I really don't know what I really have to think, and I really have to get to the bottom of why I become like that. Where I'm not just I'm really just not engaged in the conversation. Not because I don't care, but maybe because it is I don't care. You have to reflect. You have to reflect on what the reason is for your flaws in speech and the the way you speak. Yep. Yeah. So this is something, and when you look at serious talkers, serious people who they really studied, they've really tried to make speaking a like like a strong skill in their arsenal, right? You have to observe these people if you really want to get good at this. If you really want to upgrade your life, because speech is one of the greatest. It's by far one of the greatest tools a man has. Speech, and it's the greatest tool a woman has. All right. So, hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next one.